in the Senate. They talk tough about conservatism, yes, and then vote for McConnell. I don't think you're buying that anymore. And I would ask Mitch McConnell and the media, let's get a list of how the vote broke down. Who are the 37, who are the 10, and who's the one that voted president? And we shall move on. I'll be right back.
Making sense of your world.
And I just want to say you're doing a fantastic job.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Listen to you guys all the time.
Making sense of the news.
It's Larry O'Connor for New Look Home Design, and just like 40,000 other homeowners in our area, I trusted my home with New Look, and you should too. New Look is the roofing experts who make getting a new roof easy. I was talking with New Look's owner, Patrick Fingers. He told me they get more service calls for roof leaks in the winter than any other time. Why? Because the winter is really tough on roofs. So don't wait for another winter of abuse. Take advantage of New Look's biggest sale of the year. Replace your roof now instead of waiting for spring. Save 50% off materials and 50% off labor, plus no payments and no interest until 2024. Want more incentive? Any homeowner who has a New Look presentation will get a $100 restaurant e-gift card too. Sleep well under your new Look roof this winter, knowing you paid less for it. Take advantage of the biggest sale of the year. Call New Look now, 800-279-5300. 800-279-5300, or visit newlookhomedesign.com.
Garage door repair isn't something you plan for, but when you need it, you know who to call? Hey, it's Chris Plank. Overhead Door is one of the most trusted brands in the garage door industry, which is why I called them when my garage door was acting up. I've told you what you can expect when you work with the experts at Overhead Door Company in Washington, D.C. And let me tell you, that's exactly what I experienced during my own service call. The technicians arrived on time in an overhead door marked vehicle and uniforms. They diagnosed the issue on the spot, ordered the parts, and returned in a very timely fashion to install it all. Now we can open our garage door from halfway down the block with no issues. But buyer beware, there are copycat companies trying to mislead you by putting overhead door in their name. Don't be fooled. Visit GarageDoorRepair.com to experience the same reliable, courteous, same-day, 24-hour garage door service that I just did. Overhead Door Company of Washington, D.C. for more than 45 years. If you need garage door repair, it's GarageDoorRepair.com.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station.
Making sense of the news.
News Talk 105.9.
News now.
This is a Fox News alert. A slim majority, I'm Lisa Lucero. Republicans have won a 218th seat in the House with the Associated Press projection that California Congressman Mike Garcia, who represents the 27th District, has won re-election. President Biden issuing a statement congratulating leader Kevin McCarthy, saying that he is ready to work with them to deliver results for the American people. Los Angeles has elected a new mayor. Congresswoman Karen Bass will become the city's first black woman to hold the post. Life in prison without the possibility of parole for Darrell Brooks, the man convicted of killing 6 people and injuring several others, but he drove his SUV through a Christmas parade in suburban Milwaukee last year. Judge Jennifer Doro disputing claims that Brooks is mentally ill.
For this court, Mr. Brooks does not present as a person who is either not competent or not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect.
In a rambling address to the judge, Brooks claimed that he grew up without a father and was poor. He also apologized for the first time to the people who were hurt or lost loved ones during the crash. Police in the college town of Moscow, Idaho, say they have not identified a suspect or found a weapon in the weekend killing of 4 University of Idaho students in a rental house near campus.
I cannot say that there's no threat to the community. And as we have stated, please stay vigilant, report any suspicious activity, and be aware of your surroundings at all times.
Moscow Police Chief James Fry, authorities continue to believe the attack was targeted. Fry said all 4 were stabbed with a knife and there was no sign of forced entry. A door was found open by the first officers who arrived. 2 others in the home were not hurt. 25 Los Angeles County Sheriff's Academy recruits on a training run were hit by a vehicle that veered on the wrong side of the road this morning. 5 of them have been critically injured. America is listening to Fox News.
WMAL News at 8:02. I'm Sharon Reardon. Good evening. Dozens of families are out of their homes following an explosion at a condo community in Gaithersburg. They'll stand watch all night outside an apartment complex where several homes were reduced to rubble in an explosion and fire. Montgomery Fire Chief Scott Goldstein.
This building is extremely unstable. That is why you saw the heavy equipment arrive. And the darkness exponentially makes the safety issues much, much greater. That's why our crews are prepared to deal with any flare-ups of the fire tonight.
10 people are in the hospital, 2 in critical condition. All residents have been accounted for except in one apartment. The county is helping displaced residents and finding shelter, food, and medications. We've learned new details of the shooting deaths of 3 University of Virginia students aboard a charter bus on the Charlottesville campus Sunday night.
22-year-old Christopher Jones watched via video link from jail as the prosecutor described a witness who claimed to see Jones aiming at specific victims on the bus, including one who was shot as he slept. Afterwards, Commonwealth's attorney James Hingley declined to provide more detail, saying he wants to avoid pretrial publicity.
I don't want to make a public statement why this is a difficult case. I think it speaks for itself.
Jones, who just today was appointed an attorney, is yet to make a plea in the case. He's been ordered held without bond. John Matthews on WMAL and WMAL.com.
And a former Metro Transit officer faces prison time now that a jury has found him guilty of using excessive force on a customer. Andra Vance also convicted of violating the man's civil rights in a 2019 incident at the Anacostia station. Vance could get 10 years in prison when he's sentenced in March. WMAL News Time is 8:04. I'm Sharon Reardon, and now here's your WMAL traffic and weather from the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
In Alexandria, on the outer loop of the Beltway at the Eisenhower connector, the accident still blocks the 2 left lanes. We've also got a big southbound delay on I-95 that starts at the Fairfax County Parkway in Newington, heading first to a crash in the left lane of Lorton Road, then to a stall in the right lane at 123 just before you cross the Occoquan. I'm Ed Rodriguez, and now from GarageDoorRepair.com, here's the WMAL EBC 7 Storm Watch forecast.
Mostly clear skies, going down to 34 overnight. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 46.
Hey, it's Chris Plant inviting you on our 2023 Sea Cruise. Next June, we'll be heading to the beautiful Mediterranean, sailing from Barcelona to Portugal, with stops in Ibiza, Casablanca, and more. Join us for 8 fun-filled days on the luxurious Regent 7 Seas All-Suite Voyager. This cruise is all-inclusive. That means free business class airfare upgrade. Join me and meet new friends. To book, call 800-777-6540. Online at chrisplantcruise.com.
If your furnace lets you down, call the sharpest trim in town.
Hi, my name is David Mead Snell, owner of Mead's Heating and Air. We believe in amazing customer service. Everybody that knows us knows that. One piece of this equation that we prioritize is customer service after work is performed. Across many industries, it's a similar story. The customer service is always better before a sale is made. Whether that's a car purchase, your phone and internet provider, a remodeling project, whatever it is. If you don't believe me, next time you're stuck on hold for 20 minutes waiting for a representative to solve your problem, call back and say you're interested in purchasing new services. I bet you get connected to somebody right away. This is not how Meats does business. Great customer service is unconditional, and with us, you'll feel that. If this sounds like the type of company you want to work with, you can reach us at 703-592-4488 or online at meaddeshvac.com.
If your furnace lets you down, call the sharpest team in town. Meat.
For all your glass, mirror, and shower door needs, visit DullasGlass.com. Dullas Glass, love your glass.
He's here. Now broadcasting from the underground command post, deep in the bowels of somewhere under the brick and steel of a nondescript building, we've once again made contact with our leader, Mark Levin.
Hello, America. Mark Levin here, our number 877. Mark Levin here, our number 877-381-3811, 877-381-3811. New England, New Hampshire. I feel sorry for those in New England who are conservatives, or at least don't vote Democrat. I feel sorry for you. Because your fellow citizens up there are insane. And they are voting
and have voted for a party and administration that is going to unleash a lot of pain and poverty on you people. I want to underscore this. We touched on it earlier, but now there's more information from our friends at What's Up With That, WATTS. It's a great site. Winter warning to Biden administration, New England energy shortages ahead, by Robert Bradley Jr. Natural gas shortages and reliability concerns in New England are neither short-term nor unanticipated. ISO New England and the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission have for many months called attention to the very real reliability issues that are likely to face the region in the coming winter months due to insufficient supply of natural gas. New England power plants generated an estimated 4.18 million metric tons of CO2 in January 2022, up from 2.77 metric tons, with the region's heavier reliance on oil accounting for most of the difference. In other words, because they're not getting enough natural gas. Government intervention creates emergencies and shortages, unlike self-interested transactions within a true free market. This was true a century ago with World War I planning, and it remains true today. The 1970s oil and gas shortages should have taught politicians that price and allocation controls do not work. Infrastructure obstructionism can cause price spikes and physical shortages too, as demand outraces supply. A decade of natural gas obstruction in New England has resulted in LNG over-reliance, price inflation on the one hand, and relatively dirty fuel substitution on the other. That is oil for natural gas. Why the worst of all worlds? Why? Because the Greens want to push home and business electrification by making natural gas artificially scarce, and artificially expensive. But wind and solar are not the answer, where citizens are vetoing their machinery. The intermittency dooms reliable service. Consumers' pain ahead. So this letter from the Interstate Natural Gas Association, President and CEO Amy Andraza, to President Biden, just last week, should concern everybody. Here's some excerpts. Please, this is important. I'm writing to further underscore the concerns about the New England region's growing uneasiness about electric reliability and corresponding price spikes during cold winter months. Now, these people are involved in providing the energy and representing the people who do. And they are jumping up and down. They are banging the pots and pans. They have been doing it month after month after month. And nobody is listening to them. Instead, we have Congress today in the Senate voting to codify same-sex marriage. Like that's an issue. And 12 Republicans in the Senate. That's their priority. If you want to get married in this country and you're gay, go for it. It's the law of the land because the Supreme Court said so. What's this codification stuff? It's a vote for political purposes. She writes, I encourage your administration, that's Biden, to pursue a long-term solution that addresses the root cause of the region's long-standing electric reliability problems, a lack of adequate natural gas infrastructure, rather than focus on the short-term emergency solutions that were neither intended nor designed to address systemic issues like those that are present in New England. New England will need natural gas to meet its power needs both this winter and in the foreseeable future. Unfortunately, there is insufficient infrastructure connecting New England to domestic natural gas supplies because they're stopping all the pipelines. And recent attempts to expand existing infrastructure at the request of local utilities and other energy users have been thwarted by misguided policies and vocal opponents to new infrastructure development. New England is facing a perilous winter season because of this stifling of new infrastructure development over the past decade. The desire to act now is compelling. Emergency powers are not a long-term solution to this problem. Executive emergency powers are meant to address short-term, unanticipated scarcity. Well, this is planned scarcity. by the radical left-wing commie green movement types and their colleagues in the Biden administration. Natural gas shortages are reliably concerns in New England are neither short-term nor unanticipated. Gordon Van Wheelie, President and CEO of ISO New England, wrote to Secretary of Energy Jennifer Granholm over the summer that during the coldest days of the year, New England does not have sufficient pipeline infrastructure to meet the region's demand for natural gas. Now, what Biden will do is attack big oil. Well, little oil is here, and they're saying we need to let us build our pipeline. New England's reliance on imported LNG is not sustainable. Natural gas. The negative consequences of over-reliance can be avoided with additional natural gas pipeline infrastructure. The solution is especially compelling considering the region's proximity to the Marcellus Shale production area, one of the most prolific natural gas supply basins in the world. Despite those facts, key policymakers and officials in the region have been unwilling to accept the role that natural gas plays and will continue to play in New England's energy mix, and has led them to block the development of clearly needed new natural gas infrastructure. Put simply, natural gas and its related infrastructure are a necessary part